I was listening to a podcast the other day, and I don't usually do this, but it was a health theme around vitamin A. And afterwards I was like, you know what? Stop listening to that stuff, because it's just started like, this was one person's experience, and he is a naturopath. But, it was like, okay, these foods are bad, these foods are bad. And it's just like, then you walk away going, God, do I eat a lot of those foods? Do I have vitamin A toxicity? Which is good to ask yourself, but I just felt like, oh yeah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to listen to any more information about health. I've been down so many health rabbit holes through the pandemic, 2020 and 2021, 2022. It's like, and I realized it was getting more and more confusing, and then there would be cycles of demonizing certain foods and ways of eating, and it's like, no, you got to have this diet. No, it's the undiet, the repeat undiet. It's not a diet. It's, or eat all meat or eat all this. You got to do what you got to do to support your health. And we're all so different. We're all totally unique. Even our bones are completely different from one to the next. You see the skeleton that hangs in the doctor's office or whatever. That is one type of skeleton. Everybody's so different in our bone structure, and that's just the bones. We have layers and layers of information and fascia and muscles and our organs, and we really need to just tune in. The inner knows, our inner self, our intuitive understanding. And I mean, I just feel like there's a whole thing with parroting these podcasts right after they go live, and then they share it with others, and then it becomes a thing. And that's how this realm works. All they have to do is create a vibe around something, and they just want you confused. They just want you like, oh yeah, okay, so now this is bad, so I'm going to this. And then, of course, I live in California, and for some reason, things are really bad here. If I consume coconut oil here, I've got a warning label. But if I consume coconut oil somewhere else, it's okay. Like, what's going on with California? Why do we have these warning labels, these extra stickers? I mean, I make jewelry. I have a wooden bench pin that I have a warning label on when I get it for California only. And I'm like, why are things bad in California? I mean, you'd think that it would be universal how things are affecting us. But no, California is on some other levels of, let's warn people about everything. So it's like what ends up happening is the vibe is you can't trust anything. You can't trust what you're eating. You drink coffee, even though they say it's bad now, and what's bad about coffee is rancid beans. So get fresh roasted, get a local roaster. It's amazing we have coffee, and we have so many options for coffee. It doesn't grow here. It grows like clear across the world. And so it's like, we have to recognize also those who are demonizing coffee are selling a product. They're selling a mushroom coffee or some other kind of coffee. So it's just, we have to go for healthy, fresh as possible, organic as possible. And whatever we're doing, we have to love it. We've got to align with it and be like, this is just going to nourish me no matter what. This is the best thing for my body right now. And learn to trust that intuitive cravings, intuitive, hits. And I actually am starting to ask, or not ask, but will and intend my dreams to come up with the solutions that I need for my health. Because I'm going through menopause, so I definitely am like, okay, I'm getting these hits, Dong Quai, or I need some wild yam, or, and I'm trying different things, but also listening to what my body is saying, like, hey, why don't you try this? And then you have to act on it. And that's what creates a stronger intuitive force. And as we go forward, into this hyper information age, which is just flooding us with all kinds of stuff, we have to remember that, you know, everyone who is promoting something, they have a reason for it. This person that I was watching was a naturopath who had gone through some things himself and then figured it out for himself. Well, good for him. He figured it out for himself. Everybody else has to figure it out for themselves. So, you can't just like do what someone says and think it's going to help you. Everybody's so unique. So we really have to like tune in to the inner world, the inner landscape, and what our bodies need individually. I mean, I can't tell you, the whole thing with California is ridiculous. Having extra stickers. I mean, come on, a sticker is gonna. I mean, why is coconut oil bad here? Why is it? Is it okay if I go to another state and eat it? Then I'm okay. I mean, this is weird. Do you ever ask yourself, like, why? If you live in California, why? There's some money agenda behind it. There's some financial thing behind it. And then you get people sharing information, and they don't even know themselves. They're just sharing it because it sounds good. Okay. And then it becomes a thing. So there is a history in this realm about just creating a vibe around something, and that is what propels the energy forward. It doesn't even have to be true. It gets parroted enough, then it becomes true. But if you chase it to the source, it's actually not true. So recognize that that is a common pattern in everything in this realm and in history. So trust yourself, trust your inner voice, talk to yourself before your dreams. Say, hey, I intend to have a solution to my health problems when I wake up from this sleep. And you can will and intend your dreams to come up with solutions because your inner self knows. Your inner self is connected to the higher self, which has so much information and knowledge for you as an individual.